welcome to another episode of Poshteacher. And I am very excited to have our guest today, Ms.Brady. Welcome to our program.
Hi.
And
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's an extra honor because Miss Brady, the day we're recording, it is her birthday, and she actually put that on her agenda to be on our program. So, Miss Brady, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
And so we are very, very honored. This is a special edition today. So, well, first of all, you are an English teacher in middle school and high school, and we're excited to hear about your world. But the very first question we always ask here on Poshteacher is, what was your aha moment when you decided to go into education?
I don't know that I've ever had that aha moment. I have two sisters. So growing up, when you would have your playtime, I was always the teacher and my sisters would sit down and I had the marker board and it was natural. It's just something that I always felt like, oh, this is something I want to do. And then even when I was in like high school, I started saving things because I was like, oh, this is interesting. I could maybe use this in the future. And then when I was filling out college applications, I knew that I wanted to be with older kids. I felt like my personality lent itself more to that. So they had asked for me to designate what subject. And then I was stuck because I was like, I'm really good at math. I'm like naturally good at math. But I just, yeah, a lot of people, struggle, but I felt like English, I always had such a good experience when I was in class and it made me feel a certain way. And that was like the feeling that I wanted to give kids. So I was like, that's something cool that I can connect with kids with. So I decided to be an English teacher.
Oh my gosh, it's fabulous. Actually, and have you always been into reading and
Funny enough, no, I hated reading. And that's why I think I'm good at helping kids kind of approach that hurdle. I tell them, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to preach to you and tell you that I'm reading books every single night because I'm not. But when you're struggling with it and when you're finding it to be challenging, like this is what I do to help me understand it. And I find that it almost makes me like better prepared to help the kids who don't like to do it because I was one of them. I mean, I tortured my family. We used to go to New Hampshire over the summer and I had this one book I was supposed to read as like a summer reading. And my mom and dad were like, did you start reading it? Did you start reading it? I would not touch it. I tortured my family with that book, but
oh my gosh,
I wouldn't have chosen a different path. I love being an English teacher. I do.
I think that's incredible. That's incredible. A lot of students need that support from their teachers that have challenges, with dyslexia or, their learning disabilities. They need that support from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Well, tell me, a lot of teachers want to know, were you virtual last year or were you in person, and how did that go?
Yeah, it was challenging, as I'm sure everybody can agree. So we started the year hybrid. And basically there were the two cohorts, the A cohort and the B cohort, and they would shift Monday and Tuesday. We would see the A students, Thursday and Friday, we would see the B students, and then Wednesdays, everybody stayed home. Okay. And that was just a way for like the district to come in, do a deep cleaning of the rooms so that the next group of students can come in and feel safe. So even when I was in the classroom, though, I still had half of my students at home. So I was carrying my computer around. I felt like a waitress. I was like walking over here, it was just, it's amazing the things that teachers realized that they could do the past year. But yeah, we were split. And then towards the end of the year, when things started lifting a little bit, more students started to trickle in, not everybody. So we did have the option to be hybrid, for the full year, but some kids started to come in. So it was nice to see them in person again.
And how do you think they're learning? Did you see, how were the kids during this process? Were they able, do you feel, get something out of the year, or did they?
My school took a very social emotional approach to everything. Like it wasn't about the academics in the beginning. It was more of make sure so-and-so is showing up, and make sure that, you're talking to them, and make sure that, you're asking them how they're doing during this time. And I think with that, building the trust with the kids, the work was what it was. It's hard to say, it's hard to tell who, if they're at home, is doing the assignment. It's hard to tell if they're looking stuff up. But again, safety was prioritized. So just making sure that the kids were there and communicating with us. I did get some really phenomenal projects. So towards the end, I did this one assignment towards the end of the year. It was like my poetry unit, and kids wrote about the pandemic, and like some of them brought me to tears. Like
Oh
some
my
of the
God,
writing
chills.
was so good, but some of just the emotions attached to it. I'm like, I didn't realize how bad they felt during this.
Oh
Like
my
I know I
God.
was struggling, but
Yes.
it was a lot, but it was wonderful to see.
Oh my God, I even got chills.
I know. I cried. One of my students like
Oh,
asked me if she could read it to me. So I went in the hallway. She read it to me, and I actually cried. I was like, oh my God, I cried in front of a student. But
it's okay. I've done
really
that too. And I said, so that is incredible. Okay, so many people would not have experienced this connection. Like, what other professions, get to experience this? And you let them like express themselves. I think that's incredible. That they could let it out.
Well, that kind of goes back to one of the reasons why I thought English would be such a cool subject to teach, because it's just you're learning so much more about the kids. Like we have teaming meetings with the other core subject teachers, and stuff I get to tell them about the kids that they don't see, because the kids are sharing everything in English. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. That subject is definitely a standout. Yes, it's a standout. Well, any other, did you have anything funny and amusing things that happen in a classroom of an English teacher? Anything that pops into your mind that you're like, oh my gosh, this was just hilarious?
I don't know. I like to do, I don't mind when the kids kind of like what they would call like throw shade at me, like when they pick on me. So I have, one of my do nows after I had gotten my dog, the kids kept saying, Miss Brady, you talk about your dog so much. And I'm like, I know. And I'm not sorry. I love him so much. So I would start putting up pictures of him as do nows, and I would have the kids caption it. And it was like, all of them were just about me talking so much about my puppy. And it just became a thing. But I'm like, listen, if they're picking on me, then that hopefully means they're leaving other kids alone. So I was fine with it.
You'll take all the heat.
Yeah,
that is a great idea. That is a great idea.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's super fun. Yeah, I've become obsessed with my pet, and I wasn't even a dog person. Like
me either.
Well, let's change gears a little bit, because obviously, as we can see also in your background, is the yummiest place ever, because it's fashion.
Yes.
So as we were talking, tell us how your love for fashion and clothing started. Where did it all begin?
I don't know. I've always just kind of had a passion for fashion. I started working at Kate Spade about 4 years ago, and it was just part-time because I was still teaching, just to make, a little extra money over the summer. And I think that's kind of like where it started to escalate, because I just started seeing things that I could piece together that I was like, this is so cool. I never thought to put, pattern with pattern, or this color with, and from then on out, I just kind of became a little bit of a shopaholic. I'm not sure my husband really loves the fact that it all started, but I do take pride in finding pieces that are not expensive. And that's like my biggest thing. I could probably go an entire school year without repeating an outfit, but it's because my pieces are like, I'm finding the deals upon deals, and it's because I'm just shopping all the time. But yeah, I take pride in that. I enjoy it. I don't know. Now I have a collection, and I can't get rid of things. I have this thing where I'll try to go through, but I'll remember like each event or each time that I wore each piece. And it's almost, they tell a story. It's bad.
Oh my God. Actually, no, but that you have a connection with all these pieces. So, okay, a few things. So going back, first of all, it does Kate, because I think some people always wonder, does like Kate Spade have people come in and give you fashion advice, like how you said, like how to pair things, or how to put things on the mannequin? Like I always wonder that, does someone come in and train you guys, or what you should be wearing?
I don't know how to shut that off. I'm sorry. We have to do, I feel like it was maybe every 2 weeks there were videos that we had to watch just to kind of, it was like product knowledge. So just getting
Oh,
us in tune with the materials that were being used and getting us in tune with like, this particular dress only comes in these sizes, and just, figuring out so that we can accommodate customers.
wow.
I guess from watching that, you get some inspiration, and then it's just trial and error. It's just throwing pieces on. They encourage you during your shift to try stuff on that we get in, so that you can talk to customers and say, like, this fit me. I was this size in this dress, so maybe we can try this on you. And just playing
Oh,
around with everything, you just learn. Yeah.
that's it. So, okay. So then you said, have you gone a whole school year then without repeating your outfit? Did you ever put,
Yes.
oh my God. Okay.
Yes.
I love, okay. Tell us about this. Like, tell
Yeah.
us, tell.
So I'm a little crazy when it comes to like the way things are organized. And I know like
Oh,
I have things like
are you
colored.
by color? Okay.
Yeah. And what I do, I don't know. What I do
Oh,
is if I wear something, I typically kind of like put it to the back so that I don't repeat that again. And I'll repeat like basics, like if it's just like a plain black tank top with, a different skirt. But the outfit itself will not be entirely the same. And if it's a statement piece or it's a pattern piece, then it gets shifted towards the back of the closet. I won't touch it for like another year.
are you serious? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So like the leopard skirt that you have or something like that with
The one hit wonder.
it's the one
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so do students observe that made that
Yeah.
observation?
Students and my coworkers have noticed.
No, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are definitely making an impact with your wardrobe. Like, what are the comments students make, or what inspo have you given them? What is their feedback?
I'm one of the younger teachers at the school.
Yeah, you're the cool
And
teacher then.
yeah, and they tell me like I try to keep up with the trends. I try to keep up with what's in. But at the same time, I just, some days I'll just pull whatever makes me happy, and it could be kind of weird looking. And kids are like, "Oh, Ms.Brady, like that's cool." And they definitely notice. My high school kids for sure. My high school kids actually always notice when my nails are done. That's like a weird thing that
They're
I think.
obsessed, aren't they? So I know I was at a co-ed school for a time, and
Yeah,
yes, like all the time. And I'm like, they're like, wow, where do you get your nails done? I'm like, CVS,
yeah, yeah,
press-ons.
yeah. Aw.
So it's so funny. But yeah, I was like, yeah, they do know they love nails.
Yeah, I had two high school girls that actually they played on the volleyball team, and they have to get dressed up for the home games. So they were wearing, it was freezing outside, and they were wearing these like summer dresses, and I'm like, are you not freezing right now? And they're like, well, we have to get dressed up, we have to wear dresses. And I said, getting dressed up does not mean you need to wear a dress. Like you can wear like a nice pair of dress pants. And they're like, pants aren't dressy. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm wearing a pair of joggers right now with heels, and that works. And I just was like telling them,
I
but
love
it's
it.
it's so funny.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, fashion advice from your teacher. I love it. Yeah, they that's so yeah, definitely an impact. And look, you made a connection with these girls. Like you had a combo and it was involving
Yeah.
fashion.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty powerful. I'm
Thank
all
you.
about the
Yeah.
power of clothes. And so when I saw that you're on Like It to Know It,
Mhm.
that is quite an honor because how many followers do you need? I think you need
Ooh, I
right?
think it was maybe 2000 when I hit 2000 or 25. I think it was that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so exciting. Like I would throw a
Yeah.
party if I could do that. It's like,
Yeah.
baby. I love you have a quote in there. It said, walking in heels should be made an Olympic sport.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Especially for teachers.
Yes. Tell me your experience in the with the heel world in school because it is a thing. Yes.
So I wear heels probably 4 out of 5 days of the week. I
Wow.
prefer them. I feel like they make me like feel more put together, more mature. I don't know. I just enjoy them. My mother, my mother will always be in heels. She's taught
No.
me that. Like I remember even when I was moving into my college dorm, I'm pretty sure she had like heeled sneakers on. Like it was just always a
Okay.
thing. But she's fabulous. She's my style inspo. But
Oh, I love it.
I don't know. I'll walk down the hallway and I'll get like, for people that are teaching during my free period, they'll like get the pop out of their head in the doorway, like, oh, I thought you were somebody important. I'm like, no, just Ms. Brady. You're not getting observed today. But
I love
I
it.
don't know. There's definitely some shoes that are more comfortable than others, and I will bring a backup just in case it's a newer pair, because you don't want to find yourself not
Yeah.
feeling comfortable midday.
Oh yeah, with the
Um,
blisters kicking in or anything.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. So okay, so then is the I felt like the wedge heel is a good one. Is that a good heel for teaching? What kind of heel do you
Yeah.
prefer?
I like the wedge heel with like a dress or a skirt. I really just like a classic pump though. I'm a big fan of like a pointed toe.
You
Uh,
are.
yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
don't know. There's just something about the look of it. I feel like very like chic, very put together. Um, and I think that's maybe some Kate Spade inspiration behind it, because it was always very, classic
yes, the class.
with her look. But yeah, I like a good pump. I think it makes me look a little bit more established as an educator, because I have to go from building to building, and I start my day off in the high school and I leave and I end it in the middle school.
Oh.
But when I'm leaving, sometimes like security will stop me if I'm dressed down, and they'll ask me to sign out. I'm like, I'm showing them my badge, like I'm a teacher. Like they forget sometimes, because with the height of the kids, like I do blend in.
You blend in.
So I do feel like, especially now that I'm teaching older kids, I have to dress up more. And that's a
Okay.
personal thing. That's not like a mandate that the school has. The school is very lax when it comes to, what they accept for professionalism. But my personal feeling is I need to bump it up a little.
Bump it up. Your post, you were wearing these adorable loafers with beads
Okay.
on them.
Oh yeah.
I'm obsessed with the Gucci bee and look and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. I have kind of a fake thing too. And I mean, it's not real, but the kids think, oh my gosh, Senora's
Yep.
wearing Gucci. And I saw that, that the kids noticed your shoes too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And it was a boy. It's always a boy with Gucci.
it is always a boy. It is. Yep. Yep. Always. Or belts. Like the belts you wear,
Mhm.
they're the ones that notice.
Yeah.
And oh, that's so funny that he noticed your
Yeah. And it was a middle school kid too. And I'm just
middle
like,
school. Wow.
I'm like, they were like $15. Thank you. But
I
yeah,
know. Oh my God. So that was great. So tell me now also about, you have an Etsy shop.
I do.
So yes, tell me about your design world. Tell me about that angle of it. The stuff you
Sure. Um, that started, I want to say, last summer. My older sister was pregnant, and my younger sister and I started making baby clothes for her shower. So it started as baby clothes, and then it started to evolve, and now it's been a lot of like diaper cakes, towel cakes for bridal showers, and like keychains. And I've had a lot of people, especially teachers, asking for keychains or for like, lanyards or backpack tags. So it's evolved into that. And it's been fun. I needed some sort of outlet, especially with this year. We didn't really have classrooms this year. We were all moving around, and I typically love to like go all out in decorating my classroom, and I just didn't have that creative outlet this year. So I needed to put that towards something else, and it's kind of how the shop happened.
I think it's incredible. So you definitely have obviously, and a lot of teachers do, a creative gene then.
Mhm.
So do you have any background in graphic design, or because I see some of your stuff is pretty intricate, your
Yeah,
keychains
thank
and
you.
stuff.
Yeah, no, I just no background, just whatever comes to mind, whatever I feel inspired, colors that I like, and I just kind of throw it all together. Similar to the way that I dress myself, I guess.
Wonderful.
My sister is an art teacher, my older sister, and I'm crafty. I think there's a difference between being artistic and crafty. I'm definitely crafty. She's very artistic. So I definitely get a lot of inspiration from her when it comes to projects. But yeah, I just kind of throw it together. And if it doesn't work, we toss it. And if it does work, there you go.
I think it's so cool. And actually I love that keychain with I even wrote down the one that has the mug and it says teacher on it. It's a
Okay. Yeah,
keychain.
yeah, yeah. Like
Oh
the
my
Ray Gun
God.
inspired. Yeah.
Love it. So I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I gotta talk to Lindsay about that one. I
Yeah.
get it. So yes, your stuff is just adorable, and yes,
Thank
teachers love all
you.
that, and your bookmarks are
Yeah.
so cool. I love those.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then also you have a TPT store, right? Do
I
you have
do.
yeah. So can you tell our teachers a little bit what is TPT? Because some of them are probably not familiar.
Sure. Yeah, TPT is Teachers Pay Teachers. So basically, it's a website where you upload your original work and other teachers can purchase it. If they're stumped and kind of need a last minute thing. I've definitely depended on it myself in moments where I'm like, I don't know what to do today, and everything is out there. Um, yeah, it's, I don't necessarily like make a ton of money from it, but I have so much material, and I'm like, I need to just put it out there somehow. Like, I don't know if, because again, so many people have helped me that, I want to be helpful too. But it also takes a lot of time making those things. So it's nice that there's a platform for teachers to be able to, get something back for it.
It's good. Yeah, I mean, those are pretty intricate, the templates and the colors and all that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. That's actually one of the things kids notice most. They're like, Miss Brady, your slides are different today. Like, my slideshows are always very like colorful and creative, and yeah.
So see, oh gosh, so they do notice all those details,
Yeah. They
clothing
notice all the
or
things you
slides.
don't want them to
I
notice.
know.
That's really teaching.
It's true. Well, you know what? That's like they say, sometimes they'll like won't remember the content, but they'll remember the
Yeah.
communication,
Yeah.
the creative side. So yeah, that's definitely important. Well, gosh, you are just such a creative person in many worlds, and
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
and I love that you're bringing that into the profession, to just making it show that there's a lot of avenues that teachers have where they can express themselves. So it's
Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
Well, you are an English teacher, so we are expecting the most amazing motivational quote. Let's see. So all eyes on you. What is your what are your inspirational words? You can have more than one if you want.
I don't know. I was thinking about this, and I feel like, whenever I come across a good quote, I'm like, oh, I gotta write that one down. I gotta write that one down. And then I end up forgetting it. And I just guess I feel inspired in that moment. I'm a big fan of Zach Brown Band. It's one of my favorites to listen to. And they have a song called Roots. And at the end of the song, they have a quote that it's what doesn't kill you only gives you stronger roots. And I just feel like it speaks to this idea that, like, listen, you're going through your day, and it might be difficult, but like, just remember where you came from. Just remember that, like, you just need to own who you are. So that resonates with me. I'm again coming from a big Kate Spade girl over here.
Yeah.
She leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. I will take that with me forever. My sisters put it in my wedding speech when they gave their toast.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. But I feel like wherever you go, just, and maybe I should take my own advice right now, because I definitely don't do this, and I should, but like, own yourself and leave, leave an impact somewhere. And that's, the idea of leaving the sparkle. And I don't know. And I love glitter. Like, who doesn't love sparkle?
Who doesn't love glitter? Your happy birthday sign had glitter. I didn't even know you like glitter.
I love it. It speaks to me. It certainly does. But yeah, I think those two definitely. I wish I had something a little bit more literary for you, but
no, these are great. And this is something that's understandable, because on some of the English stuff, you're like, can you translate that for me?
Yeah.
These are, and actually, when you were saying that, I thought of your graphic tees, because you said you are like addicted to graphic tees. Do you speak through your graphic tees too?
I do. I have a lot of band tees. And this is where, and sometimes I'll wear them to school too. I'll wear them with like a skirt and like a blazer. Yeah. And it's fine. Those are the days though where I definitely need heels, because I may look like a student, but I have probably like 50 to 60 graphic tees, band tees. But again, like, relatively cheap. I don't, pay a lot for them. I wait for things to go on sale. I find them, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I find things when they're cheaper. And then I have some like funny English tees, because every English teacher needs,
Oh, Yes.
That shirt that says I'm silently correcting your grammar so that kids can get like roll their eyes.
I love that. I have a friend that's an English teacher, and yeah, she'll on my post like, you forgot the period or you forgot this. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
That's, so what is your favorite one of your favorite graphic tees that you have?
Oh, I don't know.
Show
That's a
us.
hard
Can you
one.
show us or no? Are they too far away?
Actually, I can.
Oh, yay! Show and
I
tell.
have
We
this.
love
This
show and
one's
tell.
more of a sweatshirt, actually, but
Yes, do show. Can't wait.
so this one's actually a band sweatshirt. It's inspired by Nirvana, and I just thought this was the coolest thing.
Oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm like, it says teacher and it's got their Nirvana logo. And the funniest part is when I wear this to school, kids don't know what this is.
Oh shoot.
And I'm like, wow,
Dating
this is
yourself a
what
little.
sturdy feels like. So that's
Oh
one of my favorites.
That is a great
Yeah.
favorite. That is a great favorite. Oh my gosh. Love it. Well, gosh, thanks for sharing. Show and tell.
Thank
We got
you.
a show and tell from Miss Brady's closet. That is a treat.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, Lindsay, it was an honor. I mean, extra honor because it's your birthday and we got to talk about fashion. Posh teacher here. We love fashion. So I hope
Yes, absolutely.
yes, and I hope we'll get to see you again soon, and just all the best for the school year. And kids are
Thank
happy.
you. You as well. This was so fun. It was really, really fun talking to you.
Oh, good. Well, thank you for coming on, and we wish you all the best in the school year, and have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.